Welcome back to Clean with Kate. It is Wednesday morning. I'm up early, and not too early, but my laundry route has got a bit out of hand. I'm on top of the laundry, but I'm not on top of the ironing or the putting away at the moment. So I thought you might like to join me just for 15 minutes. I'm just going to see what I can get done in here and make an impact. Let's just get the timer going. Oh, I found my timer. I think this is my favourite timer. Golly. I did quite a lot of laundry yesterday. I washed all my wool jumpers that were piling up. And so I'll put the wool ball across. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get these towels tumbling. So I washed a lot. I had to do a dog laundry last night because Mike took the puppies out and they got so muddy. He had to wash both of them. So I had to wash dog towels. I had to wash their collars. I had to wash their beds. They were so incredibly dirty. Anyway, so this morning I'm going to tumble the towels. The sun is up, so hopefully we'll be on solar. So let's start by cleaning this filter out. I normally clean the filter out when I empty the tumble dryer, but Mike emptied it for me yesterday or the day before. So he doesn't always remember to clean the filter. But I do like I only tumble towels. Occasionally I tumble jeans. But you can see here how clogged up this filter gets. So let's start by cleaning the filter. My ironing has got away from me a little bit. I'm going to put these baskets here because they need to go back to the other utility room. I'll try not to move too quickly. I don't want to make you dizzy. This room has got quite cluttered at the moment. So it'll be really good to do a bit of work on it. Right, let's get towels tumbling. Oh, it's not started. I don't know why, but sometimes these things don't start straight away. Good. I probably need to clean out the water container on that one as well. Thinking about it. Right, I'm just going to reorganise these. I don't know if these aren't ready to be put away yet. They only got washed yesterday. So I am going to leave them on the airers today because I want them properly dry. Right, and then I'm going to do a little bit of the ironing because the ironing is just starting to feel really overwhelming, and the more it piles up, the less I want to do it. So I'm just going to make myself do 15 minutes and it will feel less overwhelming. Right, I've got a lot of stuff that needs to go over to the other barn, so that does need to get done today. I can't leave it. I was going to leave it on the floor, but actually I don't think that's a good idea. I'm going to keep it here because it's plastic bags and it's a little dangerous with the dogs. Right. Okay, they can go there. I think, do you know what? They're not looking bad. I'm going to be a bit naughty and I might just not iron those. Oh, maybe I could just do a very quick iron. Right, you can see my mind is spinning this morning. That can go back to the other room. That can go there. My husband has asked me to sort him out a little container for keeping some gardening stuff in. I think this might be perfect. So this has got dog food in, but I might take the dog food and put it into a different container, and he can have that little container for keeping his seed stuff in. He just wants his little container to keep his labels in. Right, let's get this iron plugged in. This coat is still waiting for me to steam it. I just haven't got round to it yet. I could maybe do that as well. Right, I've got some coffee on the go. Golly, 4 minutes has gone already. I do need to get my motor on running, don't I? I'm on my second coffee. When I got up this morning, I just found my brain wasn't working. I did wake up quite early. I've been reading. I didn't actually feel that I was able to do much else. So I made myself a coffee. I kept walking into rooms and thinking, what have I come in here for? Does that ever happen to you? I didn't sleep particularly well last night. I made the mistake, I think, of going on a Zoom last night, and it was a bit late and my brain just wouldn't switch off. So I must learn from that. Right, the iron is heating up. I'm just going to have a slurp of my coffee. I'll just pause for a minute. Better. Hopefully the iron is heated up. Maybe I could water some plants while it's heating up. Let's see, is it hot? It's starting to heat up, actually. I can go for it. Right, what was I saying? Yes, so my brain was all over the place, and I thought, well, I could do a brain dump because there's a lot in there, or I could just sit down, have a coffee and read a book. So I actually had a little bit of a fun trip out yesterday with a friend. We met for a coffee locally, and then we popped around the charity shops. And even I've been doing no by January, no by February, no by March, no by April, but I did have a little bit of a splurge yesterday in the charity shops. Probably spent the grand total of £20, and I bought a couple of t-shirts, so new to me t-shirts, which I've washed. I think they're actually on the air there. And I also bought a book. What else did I buy? Oh, I bought a pestle and mortar, because we're making our own salad dressings at the moment. Stopped buying ultra processed foods, so we're not buying mayonnaise or anything like that. So Mike's making his own salad dressings, and we have fresh herbs growing in the garden. And I thought, a pestle and mortar, I've wanted one for absolutely ages. And every time I look at them in TK Maxx or somewhere, Mike says to me, but what are you actually going to do with it? So I thought, I'm sure you can make nice salad dressings. So I have actually bought a pestle and mortar in the charity shop. Just having a look. Oh, I've got some of my new to me t-shirts on there, I think. Oh yes, they might be my t-shirts actually. I think they're on there. And I bought this book. It's a version of a book I've already read several times. It's called the book is called, I think it's by Stephen Covey, and it's called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I've read this book multiple times. I think I actually listened to it on audiobook. It's an old book, but it's a good one. And then this was a version that had been written for teenagers by his son called, I think it was the 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teenagers. And I just picked it up in the charity shop because, as I say, I've read the original book and loved it and listened to it multiple times. And I picked it up and I thought, oh, this is really good. I haven't actually got any teenagers in my house anymore. And I don't know if they would have read it if I had. But the way it's written, it's just written in a really fun way. And I thought, oh, I think I'd enjoy reading that. So I bought it. I think it was about £1 or £1.50. So that's what I did this morning. I got up, I had my coffee, and I started reading The 7 Habits for Highly Effective Teenagers. But I think just the way it's written appeals to me. Sometimes I find books a little dry, but this one is definitely written in a more fun way. And it's written more in a more modern way. The original book is quite old now. This one's sort of been written since the sort of digital age, whereas the original book, I don't know how old it is. I first listened to it probably 20 years ago, probably now. So I don't know when it was written. Let me know if you know, but it's a good one. It's an old one, but it's a good one. And I'm very much into habits. I think that's the system that I follow. The housework system I follow is all about habits, building habits. So I love listening to books or reading books about habit stacking, and golly, there's so many good books about habit. Let me know if you've got any good books about habits. Please let me know in the comments, because I do love a good audiobook or a good read. Right. So, the habit I need to work on is to do my ironing more often, not let it pile up. Sometimes in winter I'm pretty good at it, to be fair. I think there's so much distraction in the summer, isn't there? I think my inner child just wants to play in the summer. I want to play in the garden, and I want to have fun. Whereas in winter, when it's cold outside and the weather is bad, I find I'm more drawn to doing the housework and the cleaning and my ironing. Ironing becomes a fun activity when the weather's rubbish, because I just like to put a video on, watch Netflix on my laptop and iron. Maybe I need to set an ironing board up in front of the television, because I do love a bit of Netflix in the evening. It's part of my relaxing routine. So after about 8 o'clock, I like to get in my pyjamas, curl up on a sofa and watch a bit of Netflix. What am I watching at the moment? I think I'm watching The Perfect Couple again. I'm nearly at the end. I watched it last year, but I couldn't actually remember what happened. And I think it's because I keep falling asleep in it. I've fallen asleep in it again, so I've still missed huge chunks of it. But I'm on the last episode, so hopefully I will actually find out who done it. Spoiler alert, don't tell me who did it. I'm going to finish the series. Right, I'm just going to get this t-shirt done. Anyway, how are you? How's your week been? What are you procrastinating on anything at the moment? Wednesday, if you follow the FlyLady system, which I do, Wednesday is anti-procrastination day. So today, I'm dealing with my ironing, which I've been procrastinating on since last week, I think. I think I might have done it last week on Wednesday. But you know what? I seem to do a lot of laundry. And I like to iron my clothes. And I like to iron Mike's work clothes so that he looks smart. And so the ironing builds up very quickly in our house. I haven't tried the crease release yet. I think probably because I'm nervous about using it indoors and making the floors slippy. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save that and just use it on stuff that I hang out on the washing line where I don't need to worry about it making the floor slippy. I need to put a new washing line up. Currently I've got a rotary washing line, a really old rotary washing line that came with the house. In fact, I've got two of them. I've got one I also brought with me from my last house. So one of them must be about 40 years old. I think it's a rusty one, so it's not great. And the other one's about 20 years old. But they're set up quite a long way away from my laundry room because my laundry room's moved. This is my main laundry room now. And I've got a little laundry room as well. But they're actually quite a long way from that. But I could set up a really nice washing line just outside this laundry room, which would be really convenient. And I would remember to bring my laundry in because I'd see it. And I think that would be transformational. I wouldn't have to dry so much laundry in the house, which at the moment is I tend to dry it in the house just because it's easier and I don't have to remember to bring it in. The problem with my other washing lines is they're very out of the way. You don't see them from the house. And so it's too easy to forget them. If we get a heat wave and the weather's really good, I tend to hang my washing out. But the rest of the time, because the weather can be a little hit and miss in the UK, then I tend to dry it indoors because it's just easier. And it dries very quickly in our house. Now we've got this lovely big barn. So that's one of my anti-procrastination tasks, is to deal with the ironing. Even if it's just a bit of the ironing, some of it is getting done today. What else have I been procrastinating on? Oh my goodness, sorting out the other laundry room. I should just order my new washing machine. And I'm setting up another laundry room because I do so much laundry. I am setting up another laundry room at the moment. And I also need to order a new washing machine for the cottage. The washing machine at the cottage is nothing wrong with it, but it's quite a small capacity one. We bought it in a hurry. At the time, I didn't know much about washing machines. I didn't know that they came in different load sizes. I thought they were all the same. How naive was I? So the size of the washing machine that I bought for we have an Airbnb cottage. The washing machine in the Airbnb is quite a low capacity one, which is great if you're on holiday and you just want to do a small load. But the problem for me is I don't want to wash big loads. When the cottage is empty, I like to wash things like the sofa throws. And at the moment, I have to bring them all home and wash them at home in my washing machine. Whereas if the cottage is empty, I could actually wash them at the cottage, put them on airers to dry and get them straight back on, which would be so much easier than transporting them backwards and forwards in my car. So what I want to do is I want to replace the washing machine at the cottage, which has actually been in quite a few years now, with a much higher capacity washing machine. And I've been wanting to do this for months. And I just haven't got around to it. What is that about? You know, I think it's about the hassle of then having to deal with getting the new washing machine in and getting rid of the old washing machine. I think I'm going to donate it. There's a charity shop locally that does, because there's nothing actually wrong with it. It's just, it's an 8 kilogram capacity washing machine, and I want a 14 kilogram capacity washing machine in there. If there's room, that's the other problem. If I buy it and then there isn't room, if it sticks out too much. There's all these things going around in my head, and which means I've got analysis paralysis and now I have decision fatigue. I'm terrified of making a mistake. How silly is that? So I've been procrastinating on it. And probably what needs to happen is the washing machine needs to break and then I have to replace it. And it's so much easier when you have to do something. It makes you actually do it. Whereas at the moment I've got a perfectly good washing machine in there and I can manage. But I don't know, I think it would make my life easier if I didn't have to transport quite so much laundry. So anyway, that's that's what's on my mind at the moment. But it's not a big deal, is it? I just got to make a decision and do it. And then if I contact the charity, I think they'll come and collect the other washing machine. And so it can go to, so somebody else can have it who doesn't need to wash massive, great sofa throws. Woo, there's the first timer going off. Go me. I've been ironing for 15 minutes. I think we'll go up for another. Let's reset. Let's go for another 15. What do I do now? Oh, that's it. God, I haven't used that timer for a while. I lost it for a while. I've got, I need to find my other timers. I don't know where they're all hiding. I've had to throw a couple away of my old ones recently because they just weren't working. And I think I was hanging on to them, hoping that they would suddenly start working again. But they didn't, of course. Right, let's get this on here. I think the coffee's definitely kicked in. I say, my brain was like running through mud this morning. It was so slow. I couldn't focus. I think when you've had a bad night's sleep, it's the first bad night I've had for a while. I've been really good with my sleep since giving up sugar. But I think I don't know, there was a lot on my mind last night. Silly things, really. And I think I shouldn't have probably done a Zoom. It wasn't that late when I did the Zoom. I think I did it at 7 o'clock. But I think just looking at the computer screen at that time of the night for me, the blue light just seems to disturb my sleep. I didn't have coffee late. Right, I've had a big washing session of pyjamas. I am still in my pyjamas, but I have got my lace-up shoes on because Mike's still in bed, so I haven't done my morning routine yet. I'm just doing my early morning routine, my pre-morning routine, which is usually laundry, tidying up, washing dishes, if I haven't done them the night before, emptying the dishwasher, which is on my to-do list for this morning. I noticed I ran the dishwasher last night, yay, go me, but it needs emptying. Otherwise what will happen is we might forget and sling dirty dishes on top of the clean dishes, which is never good, is it? Right, where shall I hang this? Okay, first basket is empty. It's amazing, isn't it? That seems such an overwhelming task. But if you just put your mind to it, what you can do in 15 minutes is awesome. It's just, you could do so much more than you think you can. And even 5 minutes. I had a very useful reminder yesterday. I'm in one of the groups that I'm in. Somebody was saying that about gardening, and I remember I used to garden in the same way that I iron. I do it 15 minutes at a time because I've got a big garden. It can feel quite overwhelming, and I used to make sure to garden for 15 minutes every day, regardless, unless the weather was just horrific. And that way I enjoyed the garden and I felt more on top of things. And I realised I haven't been doing that this year. I've got out of the habit. So yesterday I went in the garden for 15 minutes, I think, or 10 minutes, it might have been 15. I didn't actually use a timer. I just did it while my husband was cooking, and it was quite a quick cook. And it's amazing how much I got done. You think, oh, it's not worth it, but actually it is worth it. And it was so good for me. I felt so, after a sort of busy day, a fun day, but a busy day, it was really recharging. I deadheaded all my daffodils at the front. Oh, so let's do this one. I tidied up my pots. I watered my pots at the front of the house. And you know, it just means I feel more on top of things. The jobs that I'd been looking at, thinking, I really need to deadhead those daffodils. You know, I was walking past them every day, looking at them, thinking, I really need to do that. And literally, the task the deadheading of the daffodils took less than 5 minutes. And I don't know why I've been putting it off. I do need to go in the garden and deadhead the daffs now. I'll let some of them keep their heads, because some of them will actually seed. But a lot of the fancy varieties don't usually set seed. So I do need to deadhead them so they don't put too much energy into producing seed heads, which then don't do anything. All right. That's incredible. I've got so much more done than I thought I was going to get done. And then you feel a real sense of achievement for having actually done something you've been putting off. And then you want to do more. Right. Let's pop that on there. They can both go upstairs. Oh, hang on, let me get this back on its hanger. good. Oops. Oh, I hope you can see what I'm doing. It's tricky sometimes with the heartless. But I did think about using the tripod this morning, but because I haven't actually done my morning routine, and I'm still in my pajamas, I haven't even brushed my hair, I did think, oh, I haven't got any makeup on. I mean, I don't wear a lot of makeup, but I usually wear a bit of blusher and a bit of lip salve or something. And I thought, I don't know if I want to go in front of the camera. So I hope you will forgive me. You're just getting to see, you're not getting a tripod view, even though I did think about giving you a tripod this morning. If I was more organised, I could keep a hairbrush downstairs and a little bit of blusher. So I felt camera ready. I'm one of those people, I don't really feel comfortable in front of a camera. For many years, I've hated having my photograph taken, and I'm always seem to pull a stupid expression on photos. I'm not photogenic. I never have been, I don't think. Maybe when I was a kid, I was more relaxed and more photogenic, but not now. I think as you get older, I seem to get more awkward on film, on camera. But I must admit, doing my YouTube channel has helped me to get a bit more confident going in front of the camera, so that now if somebody pulls the camera out on a family gathering and says, come on everyone, let's have a family photo, I used to sort of hide and cringe and, oh my goodness, I would pull some stupid expression. But now I do seem to be better at smiling. I'm kind of learning to be better on camera. So thank you for your support while I've been learning to go in front of the camera. Most of the time I'm behind the camera, but occasionally I do go in front of the camera, and I am getting more confident doing it. If you have any tips for being more confident on camera, please do let me know. Oh golly, this is a t-shirt, one of my t-shirts, my new to me t-shirts that I bought last year in a charity shop. I absolutely love this little t-shirt. It's so cute with denim. The colours really suit me. This sort of pale blue stripe. But I managed to spill food, curry, looks like curry down it. And I thought I'd got it out with the stain remover, but it's still there, which is a shame. Hopefully it will come out over the next couple of washes, because I do love it. Where's it gone, the stain? It is there somewhere. Oh, there, it's a bit of yellow. I might have to pop a bit of bleach on it, see if that'll work. All right, we're getting down this basket as well, aren't we? I looked at this and thought, this is a couple of hours worth of aligning. Whoa. But actually, I'm on my second lot of 15 minutes. I've still got 7 minutes left, and I've done about 60% of the ironing. So that's pretty good going. I'm getting a bit slower now, I think. I'm starting to flag. I probably need a bit more coffee. And you know, I thought, golly, it's not going to be worth it. Mike's going to be up soon. I've been sat reading my book. Maybe I should just go and make him a coffee. But then I thought, nah, let him have a lie-in and do some ironing. You'll feel so much better if you do, because you've done a bit. I think I need to put some more water in this iron. It's not actually ironing very well. Something about the noise of the tumble dryer that I find very relaxing, very calming. Can you hear it in the background? I love that noise. It's soothing. Okay. Probably put too much in there, haven't I? I'm just going to pause and have a slurp of my coffee. Okay, I'm back. I've had a little slurp of my coffee. Mike's actually up. I've just been through because I heard some strange noises in the other room and I went to check what the dogs were up to. And it turns out it was Mike. So he's up, he's made himself a coffee. And the dogs seem okay. One of our dogs, after he bathed them yesterday, they went running around the garden like lunatics, which is their sort of default setting. And one of them managed to injure itself. We're not exactly sure what happened. There wasn't a squeal. But when she came back, she was limping. But thank goodness, we were a bit worried why she was limping. Thank goodness she's back on 4 legs this morning. Last night she was walking on 3 legs, which is always a worrying sign with a dog. We were a little concerned, thought, oh golly, has she broken something? Or Mike checked her over and he couldn't find anywhere that was tender. She didn't seem to have dislocated anything, thank goodness. Anyway, it seems to have got better overnight, which is a huge relief. I don't want an expensive trip to the vet. And she didn't seem to be in any pain, so we were quite reassured that hopefully it would resolve itself. So we'll have to see how she goes today. I might rest her. I might not let her do too much this morning, actually, because they are a bit Looney Tunes still. They're very young, and when you take them for a walk, they just run around like maniacs most of the time. I don't usually iron tea towels, but I think this one didn't get tumbled. I usually tumble them. Right, golly, there's mainly pinnies in here. There's a big pinny backlog. I like to have a clean pinny each day. Although the one I'm wearing today is actually a very practical one. It's a sort of grey one, so I can usually get a couple of days out of this one. The paler ones are less practical. Depends what I'm doing. I always seem to manage to get a lot of mess on them. Sometimes I forget and I garden in them, and that always gets them very mucky. I need to sort myself out some gardening ones that are more practical colour, I think. I did see a nice one actually. I was in the garden centre at the weekend and I did see a nice gardening pinny, but I wasn't sure if it was washable. It was a sort of slightly more plasticized than these. And I picked it up, put it in my basket, and then I put it back because I thought, golly Kate, you've got so many pinnies. Surely you can just retire some of the older pinnies to the garden. This would make a fabulous gardening pinny, wouldn't it? It's so beautiful. But it's too nice, this one, to put as a gardening pinny, I think. But it would, once it's had a couple of years of wear, it will definitely make a good retiree. Because it's such a good, I love this, isn't it wonderful? Who makes it? Oh, it's an Arga pinny. I've had this a few years. I remember buying it actually on a trip to an Arga shop, probably about 5 or 6 years ago actually, so it has lasted well. But because it's such a beautiful pinny, I have looked after it well. I'm more careful with that one than, say, with this one, which I bought it second hand in a charity shop and is quite a dark colour. So I tend to be more careful with the more lighter coloured ones. Like this one. Oh, I think I did wear this to garden in because it's a really old one, but it's such a cute one. I mustn't garden in it because it's a really impractical colour. You can see it's actually got soil stains on it still. That was very silly of me. Sometimes I just forget. I should garden in the grey ones, like the one I've got on today. Because if they do get dirty, it comes out. Because this one has got a lot of dark marks on it. Golly, I've just looked at the puppies on this and they look like my one of them looks like my puppies. Anyway, what's your anti-procrastination task for today? Have you got one? Have you got a task either around the house or something like some self-care? Or do you need to book an appointment? Do you need to book a dental appointment? My husband had a trip to the hygienist yesterday and she's given his teeth a very thorough clean. And I've been procrastinating on that. I thought I'd see how he got on. And I think now I've had a look and he has had a good result. I'm just going to give him a couple of days, make sure his teeth are okay. But I think I need to book to have my teeth cleaned because I haven't done it for a while. I used to go regularly, but I think since the pandemic, I've only had it done a couple of times. So they probably are ready for doing. I think dental care has really suffered since the pandemic. There seem to be a lot fewer dentists. Our dentist has opted out of the NHS, unfortunately. So we are no longer, most people in Norfolk do not have an NHS dentist. The NHS provision of dental care is not great at the moment in the UK. It used to be fantastic. So I think the cost of dental treatment has gone up so much. But I think I need to regard that as a self-care, getting my teeth cleaned, because Yeah, it is worth, hopefully it is worth doing. My husband's teeth do look very good. I'll have to ask him how he's feeling this morning. Right, I think I'm going to stop there. I've still got some left, but you know what? It can wait for another day. It's not going anywhere, is it? And actually my area is pretty full. So thank you for joining me for my half an hour of my anti-procrastination task. Let me know what you're doing as your anti-procrastination task today. My laundry is still looking pretty busy, but it's better than it was. I must remember to switch the iron off and empty it so that I don't get horrible black stuff inside my iron. Just empty the water out. Always remember to do this. If you forget, you will end up with a black mold inside your iron. Golly, that's weird. Something has come out of my iron. Right, maybe I did forget to empty it last time. Let's put the iron out of the way because it's hot. Right, thanks for joining me. I hope you're enjoying my videos and finding them motivating you. Let me know what you're doing. If you're enjoying the content, please do like, comment and subscribe. It's really appreciated and it really helps to motivate me to keep making the videos. Golly, look at that. That is a lot of laundry. Anyway, I'm going to have a chat with Mike and we'll drink our coffee together. Bye for now.